Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the podcast. Today, we are going to explain in depth why the hydrogen tablets are the future of hydrogen therapy and will eventually overshadow devices that unfortunately are mostly made in China. The Made in America rejuvenation tablets are currently growing fast as people prefer convenience, economy, and effectiveness regardless of being condemned by device sellers who see the writing on the wall. Let's start at the beginning. When the tablet inventor Alex Tarnava became motivated to develop the highest dose to cure his own arthritic inflammation and also expose the fraud of worthless MLM devices that never gave him any relief. He firmly believed that hydrogen therapy was just a matter of dosage and that only a high and frequent portable dose could control his symptoms. He partnered with chemist Dr. Richard Holland, who spent 16 months in R&D, leading to the successful launch of their open cup technology in 2016. Alex says, "The truth will come out eventually, and I believe it is my responsibility to seek the truth. The proof is in the benefits." Regrettably, most people are first introduced to a low-dose water maker and wonder why they don't feel anything other than good hydration. Alex first targeted pro athletes, coaches, and trainers as an ideal test market that could speak for his successful formula. Today, a lower strength formula is licensed all over the world in dozens of private label brands that average 8 ppm compared to his own proprietary rejuvenation brand that produces 12.4 ppm. He continues to sponsor various independent clinical trials, adding to earlier published work and case studies, and always complies with FDA regulations. He is also on a mission to educate the public and expose bad actors who control and pay for their research outcomes. Now, 10 years later, Amazon is flooded with cheap Chinese variations that are careful not to intrude on his global patents. Dr. Tyler LeBaron of the Molecular Hydrogen Institute is a big fan of the tablets and agrees with Alex that we seem to be at a crossroads where we have lost a healthy amount of skepticism to try new things backed by low-risk and high-reward science. People seem to either be too gullible or have an extreme pathological skepticism and reject all new science until they become mainstream. We have found people are just overloaded with preventative health information and marketing propaganda and are trying to filter things out if it sounds too extraordinary to believe. Some take years to come back around and stop throwing the baby out with the bathwater. So, how do the tablets work? And what about the ingredients? Rejuvenation hydrogen tablets create a consistent and prolonged burst of nano-sized bubbles that suspend in a water glass, whereas most electrolysis machines create big bubbles that burst at the surface and dissolve into the water under a physics law that governs and limits potential concentration. The tablets fizz into a cloud of nano-bubbles that rise and curl back downward and suspend long enough to drink them in a gas state. The only similarity is that tablets and electrolysis machines both separate the oxygen and hydrogen molecule from the water molecule. Electrolysis uses electricity to split them apart, and the tablet uses a catalyst and magnesium to eat the oxygen in the water molecule and release the bond of the hydrogen molecule. But the big difference is the extraordinary 12.4 parts per million, or ppm per tablet, that would only compare to drinking a dozen bottles of electrolyzed water in one glass or inhaling 1 to 2 hours worth of hydrogen in one breath. Let's be clear about the ingredients that concerns people who don't understand how common and safe they are. This is where we lose some people who just classify them all as toxic chemicals instead of learning how safe they are to use in this quantity. The only active ingredient listed in supplement facts is magnesium, and you get about 80 milligrams of beneficial magnesium per tablet, or 19% of your daily requirement. All other minor ingredients listed are inconsequential in volume and commonly used in most tablet formulation processes. The FDA doesn't even require listing minute ingredients used in the formulation process and are likely in your daily vitamin tablets, but Rejuvenation prefers that you know about them. These ingredients include malic acid that comes from apples and bonds to magnesium. Dextrose is just a simple carbohydrate filler that serves as an excipient binder filler. Tartaric acid is a common pH-stabilizing effervescent agent. Adipic acid is a food-grade acidulant or gelling agent for a clean tartness to stabilize and texture ingredients. Sodium sterofumarate is a lubricant and flow agent used to improve the mixing process and help the formula react consistently. In summary, in these volumes, none will have any adverse or cumulative effects, even for those who are sensitive or have food allergies. The next most asked question is, what is the ideal dose, frequency, and time to take the tablet water? There is no one-size-fits-all, and although the label recommends 1 to 2 tablets per day, that should just serve as a guide of its safeness. Even sipping hydrogen water all day or inhaling for too long is not going to be as beneficial as we think, simply because the body adapts to excess hydrogen and ignores it. So, more is not better, and intermittent or pulsing can provide the best results. And that's why we would like to give everyone a custom protocol when you call us for guidance. In general, it's best to take hydrogen first thing in the morning while making your tea or coffee. This will give you an autophagy kick to start your day and support intermittent fasting. People under 40 can be more flexible depending on stress, work, or exercise. If over 40 years old, daily or a few times a week as needed to feel energized, recuperated, and in peak metabolic health is up to you to decide. The more athletic you are, the more you will enjoy how fast you recuperate and ready for the next workout. If in declining health, please let us guide you back to good health. As you age, monitor yourself for signs of metabolic decline in energy. It's the first sign of oxidative stress and mitochondria dysregulation. Most of our healthy customers over 40 find that doing 1 to 2 tablets just 3 days a week keeps them healthy and metabolically energized. Hydrogen is mostly a preventative antioxidant therapy to balance oxidative stress that provokes inflammation and declining health. It is one of the most essential and affordable protocols that should fit in your vitamin budget. So don't forget, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. Tablets are ideal during long, exhaustive car or air travel. The stress in sitting for hours, lacking sleep, or getting too much radiation and ozone at 30,000 feet can compromise the immune system by increasing oxidative stress and free radicals. The convenience allows you to drop them in a bottle of water instead of a glass, but don't put the lid on because it works better not capped. We suggest taking 1 to 2 tablets every 5 hours when being a road warrior to stay fresh, alert, and protected. So, what exactly should we expect in benefits? The tablet spike produces immediate overt external benefits like reduced overall inflammation and brain fog as clarity arrives with blood vessel dilation. Your muscles feel more relaxed and less fatigued from preventing lactic acid accumulation. In general, you can feel metabolically energetic from autophagy stimulation and regulation. More subtle are internal benefits at the cellular and metabolic level. Hydrogen has been proven to benefit in over 200 disease models that are too numerous to list here and continues to impress researchers in how effective it is in post-cardiac and cerebral infarctions. We once explained how there are 2 unique reactions from hydrogen therapy depending on the source. The low and slow saturation reaction at different levels and speed from water makers and inhalation machines are like drinking drip coffee, whereas a tablet is like doing a double espresso. The low and slow reaction gently bathes your cells from head to toe as it travels through your bloodstream, while the tablet's rapid influx reaction creates a hormetic stressor effect that in biology is called hormesis. It is a brief, intense stimulus triggering a protective counterresponse from your body, like in a cold plunge or intense cardio workout. The rejuvenation tablets send a massive spike of hydrogen straight down your digestive tract and directly into your portal vein, leading to your liver, forcefully flipping on the NRF2 pathway switch to command your liver to produce the body's super antioxidant called glutathione. Internally, it's a domino effect of metabolic stimulus that is fast, efficient, and rewires your cellular defenses in harmonious redox homeostasis before leaving as fast as it arrived. This intense reaction works on a separate biological track compared to the other 2 methods, and the main difference is how pronounced benefits are, even though brief. This is why tablets are more convincing compared to lower, slower dose methods. There is nothing wrong with combining all three methods for their unique benefits without being redundant, provided their use is spread out. Our company expertise in longevity and anti-aging therapy has given us a unique advantage in the wellness space. We began with promoting something called Carbon 60 in the mid-1990s as an antioxidant anti-aging supplement, but found it difficult to explain how it worked other than relying on platitudes. But that all changed when hydrogen research was published. Carbon 60 has suffered a similar identity crisis as hydrogen because it is not cheap, and antioxidants are hard to understand how they work if you don't feel it. After years of discussions with scientists, we finally confirmed that Carbon 60 actually enhances hydrogen to do something beneficial that it really doesn't want to do. Only recently it was proven that hydrogen is a signaling molecule and not a free radical scavenger. But we figured out that if you combine Carbon 60 with hydrogen, it turns hydrogen into a super antioxidant free radical scavenger. When taken together, C60 fills its fullerene shell full of molecular hydrogen and takes it into the cells and electrically attracts free radicals that leak out of the mitochondria in search of an electron donator. When they get close enough, hydrogen is forced to donate one of its 2 electrons to neutralize them before they wreak havoc if left unstable. C60 also takes the hydrogen into the mitochondria to further reduce excess reactive oxygen species to support redox homeostasis. Normally, this doesn't happen without C60 acting as a vehicle for hydrogen. C60 will then reset this process hundreds of times over and over again to make hydrogen almost 200 times more powerful an antioxidant than vitamin C and better, because hydrogen discriminates and doesn't neutralize good free radicals we need, like nitric oxide. We are the only experts in both C60 and hydrogen and sell it combined as a best-selling bundle deal. So, doing only tablets will get you only half the potential benefits because hydrogen is an ideal electron donator. So the best thing to do is first swallow a teaspoon or tablespoon of Carbon 60 olive or MCT coconut oil, and then wash the C60 oil down with the dissolved tablet water once they float to the surface. We will explain this phenomenal protocol we are best known for in our next episode because the C60 and tablet bundle deserves a full episode to explain. To summarize, it's either a cascade effect in a spike reaction from a tablet or a gentle, slower, and lower dose saturation that can give you hydrogen benefits, and if you can afford to do more than one method, it's the smart thing to do and grounded in real safe science. As a cutting-edge company, we accepted long ago that we would always be ahead of our customers, and that can be frustrating sometimes. But we let truth and science do all the talking in this podcast and hope that it will serve to navigate you through a hydrogen revolution that is going to extend our lives dramatically without the declining diseases. Thank you so much for joining us again, and if you found this episode helpful, hit that like button, leave a comment, and share this with anyone who is interested in cutting-edge science. You might save them a lot of money and frustration. Don't forget to visit h2waterforlife.com for great deals. Until next time, stay healthy, stay tuned, and call us 7 days a week when you need us.